What's up YouTube fragrance family? Tommy with Studio Sense here. I'm happy that you stopped by to check out a video review. So you're looking for the latest fragrance, you want something new, different, exciting, well maybe not something specifically new, but something that kind of fits that specific genre of fragrance that you're looking for, that's going to be masculine. It's going to feature some contemporary notes, not necessarily be like Invictus or like Sauvage, something that kind of rides that fine line. Well, today we're going to be looking at a brand new 2021 release from Ralph Lauren called Ralph's Club. Could this be the fragrance that you're looking for? Well, when we come back, we're going to take a closer look at Ralph's Club, break it down note by note, and see if it's going to be a fragrance that you might want to pick up for your summer rotation. That and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're taking a look at brand new 2021 release from Ralph Lauren called Ralph's Club. Now this is purportedly a very masculine fragrance, but before we talk about the note breakdown, let's take a closer look at that presentation. Couple of interesting things about the box, so there's not much there. On the very top it's got RL for Ralph Lauren. You can barely see that. You've got Ralph's Club with an R. You've got Ralph's Club. It is an eau de parfum concentration at a 100 ml bottle. Very back you've got your ingredients list. You've got a UPC code on the very bottom of the box. You've got your BAT code, which is 38 umbrella 2001. And then you've got some distribution information and a QR code. Very inside of the box it says enter the club with a QR code there. That's a scannable code, and then we'll take you to the Ralph Lauren Club with some exclusive offers. The box has kind of a tactile feel. You kind of hear that. It's got like little raised ridges on the front of the box and a little bit on the back of the box, but where the writing is, it's just flat, kind of a dark charcoal black. And that's actually what I like about the bottle itself. The bottle, at least the glass part of it, the bottom part of it is like a charcoal black, and it's see-through. So with light, you can actually kind of see, but it's not easy to see through it. It's just like smoked glass, which is a very cool effect and cool look. Now I really like this bottle. It's got a really nice dark charcoal shiny metal, like a metallic charcoal. You've got Ralph's Club here. This has got almost like a mirrored surface. It's so metallic. And then you've got the R for Ralph Lauren, and then the lid itself is a flip up lid. So you just flip it up just like a lighter, and there's your pump, your spray, your atomizer. The lid opens very easy. It shuts very easy. There's no wiggle to it, so it's a very nice, smooth mechanism, and it makes the presentation all the nicer. It almost is reminiscent of a flask. It's a very masculine look. I really like that presentation. We know this is a masculine fragrance that is a aromatic, woody fragrance. Let's talk a little bit about that note breakdown. Ralph's Club by Ralph Lauren features top notes of provincial lavender and clary sage, with a heart note of Virginian cedar, resting on a base of vetiver. You've got provincial lavender and clary sage, so it's going to be a floral, spicy opening. And have you noticed clary sage seems to be the note appearing in a lot of men's fragrance lately? It buoys a fragrance in the way that we all like. So we've got that lavender, or lavandin actually, and clary sage in the open. The heart is that woody Virginian cedar that is amongst the best kind of cedars, like Atlas cedar and Virginia cedar. And then resting on a base of that, again, vetiver. We could talk all day about what it's going to smell like, but I like to get straight to the juice. That bottle is so cool. The metal is a little bit squeaky. Might want a WD-40 that hinge. Just kidding. And let's check out the atomizer. Nice. So this one, there's not a lot of power behind the pump. It actually sprays a wider array, and you kind of want to put it up close up to your skin. This is an FYI. Super high quality lavender in here. So that combination of clary sage and lavender or lavandin figure prominently in that open in the short term, in the short run. My initial impressions are one of, okay, so they put a little bit of money into this. So higher quality ingredients become obvious once you smell designer fragrances such as Prada, Christian Dior, Ralph Lauren. A lot of bigger houses can actually put together some really good fragrances with higher quality fragrance oils. Quality of your oil is going to dictate the smell, the overall smell, and really high quality clary sage and lavandin in here. The interesting thing about simple formulas is the opening notes can often last the life of the fragrance. Clary sage and lavandin are heavy hitters on all three levels of the pyramid. They're definitely going to last in this fragrance, at least from what I can tell in the tester strip. In terms of the cedar wood, I don't really get a lot of woody essence from this. It's more of that vetiver, that really lightly smoky on the green grassy side. Again, I showered before this video in anticipation of spraying it on my skin, so douse my hand with a couple of good sprays there, and let's see what it's like. I feel like it's only going to get more voluminous when you get heat behind this kind of fragrance. Those notes are there, the strength is there in the eau de parfum concentration. This one hopefully won't sit too close to the skin. Hopefully it's going to get a little bit of room to breathe. Okay, so it does open up quite a bit. So now I can get that vetiver. Man, vetiver really comes to life when you add heat to it because of the process, I guess, and the distillation process and creating the oils. I'm getting that cedar wood in the background now. It's definitely receded to the background. So your heavy players in here are primarily obviously your clary sage and your lavender, and then your vetiver. I wouldn't put this particular fragrance in the category of freshy, just like your generic blue fragrance. It is nothing new and groundbreaking, but what it is, I can really appreciate. It's a very high quality fragrance that is very masculine and pleasant. Obviously, there are going to be people that will hate on this fragrance, saying that it's just a basic fragrance. The industry's given up and yada yada blah blah. Any number of negative statements and comments that are often bandied about these days. The reality is, at the end of the day, people that wear this are going to get compliments. People that wear Ralph's Club are going to get people who will turn to them and say, what are you wearing? I really like that fragrance. This is definitely a crowd-pleasing, compliment-pulling, mass-appealing fragrance. A lot of fragrances are released that are very expensive, but you smell them and they smell like a $30 or $40 fragrance. That is not this fragrance. I definitely am going to give this a lot more wear. In terms of the projection, if it feels like it's projecting really well off my hand. There's like a scent bubble right now that I'm catching this in. Really pleasant, really pleasant. I am a huge fan of vetiver though, so if you're out there and you're watching this video and you're like, I don't care for vetiver or lavender, lavender is a very specific kind of oil. It's got a very specific body and smell to it and vibe, and if you don't like lavender or vetiver, you probably won't care for this fragrance, but overall most people are going to really enjoy it. Now, it is a new fragrance, therefore you're going to pay retail cost for it between $100 and $110 for a 100 ml bottle. So is it worth that? That's completely up to you, but just keep in mind Ralph Lauren products typically don't drop in price very much, and when they do, it's a while. It's going to be a while, so if you're interested in this, you might want to get a sample first. You can get this in 30, 50 ml size, 100 ml size, 150. Just like any big fashion house, you can get this in multiple sizes. As an eau de parfum, you're going to want to be careful about overspraying this because it can definitely get very heavy. That lavandin and clary sage with that really dark, smoky vetiver, really heavy if you put too much of it on. You are going to want to move this closer to your skin. When you douse it, it's going to cover a larger area. Put it on pulse points. 2 to 3 sprays are going to be just what you need out of this. High quality oils tend to last longer in larger concentrations like an eau de parfum. They will sit heavier on the skin, yes, so they don't often project as well as an eau de toilette, but in this case, I feel like it's going to project just enough. And it's got that refined quality about it that you can actually wear this with a suit and tie. You can wear this dressed up. You can also wear it casual. This has that signature scent quality about it where you can wear it in all weathers and in all clothing styles. The rich quality of this fragrance is going to remind several people of Armani fragrances, like the Armani codes. There's a very, very finite amount of powdery. This is very clean. There's just a very finite amount of powderiness to this. But then when you get that vetiver in there, Virginia cedar in the background, it's just a really strong foundation for which a few notes can really make a fantastic scent profile or DNA. This kind of marries that older vintage style, the Ralph Lauren style, with kind of that new spin, that new modern take on fragrances is, I think, encompassed in this DNA, and I really like it. And I think a lot of people will really like it. Will you like it though? That's the question. That's what we're here to discuss today. So if you like anything about those characteristics or attributes that I've discussed in describing Ralph's Club, try a sample first before you buy a full bottle. That pretty much wraps up my unboxing and first impression of Ralph Lauren's Ralph's Club. I think it's a really nice contemporary take on an older vintage style fragrance. And I'm glad they went the way of the eau de parfum with higher quality oils. You get the essence of that slightly exclusive smell and feel to it. Ralph's Club it's an interesting phrase to describe a fragrance because it does have that exclusive membership feel to it. I think they did a good job at kind of combining the best of that particular approach. Thanks so much though for stopping by and checking out today's video. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.